Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. All right, guys, I have a video right now. Deion Sanders was asked, what does it take to maintain a good relationship? Because the richest men in the world have all been divorced. And this is what he had to say.
A couple times and that wasn't successful.
In fact, we talked about this before.
We talked about this before.
Long time, yeah, years ago.
You gotta keep the main thing. When it's those two phenomenal men that has gained so much, something's gonna suffer. And you start loving what's outside the house a lot more than you love inside the house. You gotta love what's inside the house, not just what's outside the house. And sometimes we lose focus. We start loving what's outside the house instead of what's inside the house. Because that thing inside is very emotional. And we gotta treat it as such. She'll tell you what she wants, she'll tell you what she needs. She'll tell you how to treat her. You just gotta pay attention to the signs.
You have to understand the perspective of where he's coming from. He's coming from the perspective of a rich man who is successful, that have a lot of women that want them, as to why their relationships have a hard time. And he's pretty much saying that guys who are successful pay more attention to the popularity of other women, and then the woman that they have as their own, they're pretty much just sitting at home like a doormat, and the guy doesn't give her that much attention. And then this happens.
But sometimes we're so busy being who we are, we miss the visual that she's giving us. And she's telling us. She's telling us every darn thing. Like if a woman touch you on her shoulder, your shoulder, that means she want to be touched on hers.
Nigga, what?
He's speaking from a level of a man who is successful. Now, we do not promote marriages on this channel, and we do not promote relationships, because it's not that we don't want you in them. It's just that we're just dedicated to a certain subject. But this particular situation, you guys have to understand that once you start getting on your purpose, you start gaining success, you start living your life and not paying attention to women, you're going to have so many women that come for you that it's going to be hard for you to stay focused on one. This is why a lot of guys who want to be in love and you have standards for the type of woman that you want to love, it just shows that you're not on your grind. Because when you get on your grind, you can take your pick of the litter, and the hardest time that you're going to have is staying focused on her.
What would you do if I had a lot of male friends?
Excuse me?
What would you do if I had a lot of male friends?
What? I don't understand the question.
So you don't want me to have any male friends?
100%. Thank you. Next.
No, it's not thank you next.
What do male friends want from you?
What do you mean what this is what you need to understand as men. Not every man wants to a woman or sleep with a woman. Like, it's really important to have male friendships.
Have you dated men before?
Yeah.
What do all men want?
No, not all men.
What do majority of men want? Come on, you know.
Yeah, but
So you know.
That's the part that women don't think about. And the reason why women don't think about that is because their male friends are really some guys that don't know what they are. They're feminine men. And those feminine men are non-threatening to her. But what she's not understanding is those feminine men are just head faking. They figure I can start off as friends with her, and then over time I can build a connection. Feminine men would rather be around a woman they like, even if the woman doesn't like them back.
No, right? So imagine a guy that's your friend. I guarantee you're calling them right now, say, hey, I'm horny, where you at? See what happens.
I can call guys and do that.
Yeah, let's do it right now.
No, we're not going to do that.
No.
But I know.
You're confident, right?
Yeah, I am confident.
Let's do it then.
They'd probably tell me to shut up.
Let's try it.
No, we're not going to try it.
Why not?
Got him!
And the reason why she doesn't want to try it is because she knows that it's the truth. One thing about women is, women always know the truth. Even when we tell them the truth, they already know what we're going to tell them. The only problem is, women enjoy the fairy tale more. Everybody has to hear the truth, but the lie is way more entertaining because it gives off a different feeling. It gives off a fairy tale feeling.
After all the bad boys that I dated, I thought, you know what, let me just date the good guy. And that didn't work out because I felt like superior to him.
There was no sexual polarity.
It just didn't work out because I felt like I was the boss. I felt
Did you find yourself snapping on him and getting a little bit more disrespectful than you normally would?
Very.
That's typically what happens.
Yeah.
And this is what a lot of you guys experience. You experience the woman blaming you for everything. But what do I remind you guys of? Think about the beginning of the relationship when all you did was tell her, I don't never want to see you sad. I only want to make you happy. I only want to make you smile. Whenever she's playing hard to get, you're trying to get her to be nice to you by telling her how nice you want to be to her. So when she starts having these mood swings and you start trying to come in to be Mr. Nice Guy and always making her feel good, then she just continues to antagonize you because she wants to see that side of you that's dominant so she can feel safe. That's what you guys have to understand. If they're acting tougher than you, it's because they do not feel like they're safe when they are around you. Ask any woman, she will agree with this.
And I did things to him that I wouldn't do to Katie. And it's unfortunate because he's a good guy. He didn't do anything to me. The problem is that he didn't put me in my place when he should have, whenever that was supposed to happen. At some point in our relationship, he didn't put me in my place as the woman, as his woman, and he didn't show me that he can lead. So I felt like I was leading the entire household when it's really supposed to be him.
The only way for a man to get to this state of mind is to have a purpose. And the reason why is because it requires a lot of attention. If you look at the YouTubers, we post every day. But before we post, we have to research. We have to get our script together. Then we have to film. And sometimes filming can take hours depending on the mood that you're in. When you don't feel like filming sometimes, you have to force yourself to film. Then you got to force yourself to edit. But when it's your purpose, you have to be able to do this flawlessly, which means that there cannot be no distractions. It can't be a woman asking you, what are you doing today? What's this? What's this? Nagging and complaining. That's what a woman is looking for, because when she does come to bother you, you turn around and put her in her place and you tell her, I got to get on the grind. I got to stay on the grind. That's what this woman is seeking out of a man. A man that can tell her, listen, I'm doing this, go do this. And in a relationship, you act up, I'm gonna get rid of you and go get another woman. The problem that guys are facing is you're spending too much time trying to convince a woman the only thing that you want to do is love her.
Women control access to sex, men control access to relationships. So I'm filled with a beautiful panel of guests, right? I'm sure any one of you guys will not have problem getting men to sleep with you. And if you say you're capping, because I can just know that already, right? Because you're all beautiful women, right? But I won't be able to have as much sex as you will be able to have. All you have to do is literally say to a guy, you can go on social media now, say to a guy, yeah, well, there you go, right? Do you know what I have to do to, no, come on. I have to put in that work and that finance.
Realistically, he's right. But what men have to do is you have to stop using that as an argument that women can always get a guy to sleep with them. All right? He's absolutely right. But we know this going in. You've always known this. You've always known that women can easily get it and that you have to work harder to get it. What men are trying to do is you're trying to get women to like the worst version of yourself when women only want the top level guy. When it comes to women, it's pretty much simple, guys. It's very, very simple. Get on your grind. Being a nice guy is not worth any money. Listen, I'm telling you right now, when you look at my Instagram, you see how wild I am. You see how I drive my cars, how I customize, and you see a whole entire different side than what you see in these videos. But one thing that you see me active. All right, you see me out having fun. You see me living my life. Okay, when boring guys come around me, smart asses that have nothing else to do with their life, but they just found the way to weasel their way around me, I get rid of them. Because they don't have a personality. They don't have nothing for me to feed off of. That's what women are going through now. A lot of guys, you have to build yourself a personality. You have to build yourself who you are so she knows what defines you. You're trying to define the relationship based off of how nice you can treat her. And women are getting sick of the niceness. They need an imagination. They need something constructive. They need to know what defines you. What makes you as a man? What is it that you do that no other man can do? What separates you from the other guys? Or is it, I'm nice and women don't appreciate the niceness that I can do to them? If that's what you're on here complaining about, it's over for you.
Basically, like the guys that are the guys that are the best, most girls can't lock down, because how did they get to be the best? They have a lot of girls, and if they're good in bed, like how many girls do you think are calling them? And so like that's why the equivalent, like that's why I say like Women swipe right 5% of the time, and they hate men because they're all sleeping with the same one. Because it's again, 100% of women want 20% of men, and sometimes some people argue it's 5% of men.
She's right. She's right. She's right. She's right. Everybody's right. But regardless of what we say about women, one thing that everybody is going to agree with, everybody in the world, every content creator, all of you that are watching this video right now, we will all agree with this statement she just said. Women are only attracted to 20 to 10% of the guys, right? Make yourself one of them. It has nothing to do with your height. It has nothing to do with your size. It has ambition and what value you've made yourself. You don't need to be a millionaire to get all the women or to get women, but you have to be somebody that can do things and go in places. You ain't got to be a superstar. You just have to be going places, because the best marriages are the ones that are not broadcasting that they're in love. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you guys got the message behind the video. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista.